Yeah, obviously the last 2 days you played the other two league favorites, and they combined for a total of leading for 5 minutes. I guess just what type of statement do you feel like you guys have made? 3 straight wins in league play. Obviously, you bounced back at home. Just where do you feel like the group is at right now?
I feel like we're trending. We're still not where we want to be, and we're still not satisfied. I think we have bought into committing to each other, and I think that is giving us success on the court. But again, we're still not where we want to be, but we are grateful for where we are right now.
I think the morale on the team is just really good right now, and it's obviously trending up in the right direction. We're kind of getting a feel for the other teams in conference and making reads and adjustments in game. So I think that's been a big turning point for us.
What do you think? I mean, you kind of mentioned that at the end there, but what do you think's been working on the court as far as putting together 3 straight wins?
Honestly, I mean, again, just like buying in and being focused and refocusing on our objective and our game goals. I think that helps us maintain our status on the court.
I think just making plays, making reads, because we can all play individually, but making plays together that people can't just systematically guard.
Yeah.
This was a team that came in averaging 75 in league play. Their 2 leading scorers combined for 4, 15 from the field. I guess I know defensively, this is what this group prides itself on. Where do you feel like that area of your game has improved since league play started? I guess
I do think we have improved defensively. Again, we're still giving up some easy stuff, but I think really just our communication has gotten a little bit better. Again, not where it needs to be, but once we get that down, I think we're going to be really, really, really tough on defense.
I think we're just flying around for each other a little more than we were at the beginning of the year, and it just makes it more hard for the offense to work.
Avery, I mean, for you personally, how was it trying to guard that girl in the middle that was like 6'4", whatever it was? Just how was that matchup, for you?
In AAU back in high school, I guarded a girl who was 6'9", so it wasn't really my first time guarding someone that big, but I honestly didn't think it was like that crazy, but she is big.
She's big.
I mean, that's about it.
Yes.
Avery, 3 straight starts for you. I'm curious. I know Coach had said during the week that she feels like defense and just kind of communicating kind of got you back in the starting lineup. I'm curious, what I guess adjustments did you make personally to kind of say like, you know what, I want to take charge and kind of earn that role back?
I mean, yeah, I feel like I just kind of found like the fun in basketball again, and like obviously the season is pretty long, so I feel like I'm finding it at the right time, and just getting back into my game.
You guys basically split the points from perimeter and like inside the paint. You got 34 and in the paint, whatever it was, 61 total points, everything. Just how fluid do you think the offense has been? How does that help kind of spreading the floor and everything like that?
It helps a lot actually, because teams can't just sit in the paint and then they can't be locked on the perimeter, because I think we're like phenomenal in the paint. So that I think it really helps teams. I think it helps teams. Yeah, they have to pick. Yes.
Yeah, and the defense is always going to be wrong because we'll have an answer.
Yes.
There's 48 points for you over your last 2 games. The 3-point shots falling. You just seem to be playing with a lot more confidence. I guess where do you feel like that switch kind of came for you? I know the start of league play, maybe the shot just wasn't there, but it feels like the last couple games are just kind of back to where you were last year.
Definitely kind of what Avery said, finding the fun in basketball again. I think that is just a big part of it, and I think just really taking advantage of the opportunity to even lace up your shoes. I've been really into like the motivational stuff, and right now we just had 2 leadership meetings, and I think that really helps us like get back into playing for each other. So my teammates have always been keeping me up, and they tell me to shoot the ball all the time. So I think my teammates have just been great at keeping my confidence up.
All right, thank you,
guys.
Thank you.
So I just like the defense, especially in that first quarter. You know, what was the mindset and what did you say pregame? I guess really get them focused on the defense.
Yeah, it's the prep. If coaches have to get players fired up to play, then either you don't have the right players, or you haven't done your job in the days leading up to play. And this group wants to win. They want to be successful. They're playing for each other. I think you heard both of Avery and Paris talking about that. And our job is to prepare them in practice leading up. And we just talked about making their perimeter uncomfortable. When they're free flowing and they have freedom of movement and they have passes that are easy, and they get the ball where they want it. They're really good offensively. I mean, they came in averaging 75, 76 points a game and coming off of 3 straight games of 12, 13, and 13 made threes. And we knew we had to do a great job on their perimeter and just forcing them to be uncomfortable. They've got a lot of young players. They start 3 freshmen, but you know what? We started 3 freshmen last year, so we know how that can be. But I also thought they were playing as well and as confident as anyone in the league. But I think it started with the defense that Lex had on their point guard to start the game. And I just thought that set the tone for us. We got some rotations, held them to 5 that first quarter. I thought we really had a chance to blow it open there in that second quarter. We had 10 turnovers at half, or 11 turnovers, I think 10 at half. And we shot ourselves in the foot. But, you give up 48, you're going to win a lot of games.
It's crazy the last time we were here, didn't really feel like you guys were having fun playing basketball.
No.
Now 3 straight league wins, and like when you go on the road, beat Liberty, beat Delaware, and then, like I said, the last 2 games you've beaten the other 2 league favorites. Just the confidence level for this group seems to be kind of right back where it was.
Yeah, and it's not even about it's always about winning, and we work hard every day to get that result. But we weren't pleased with our effort and how we played, and they were disappointed and frustrated in that. We certainly were as a staff, and I'm really proud of the response that they've had since that Friday night. And we made a lot of mistakes tonight, and I'll go back and watch the film and we'll pick it apart. But I like their demeanor, and both Paris and Avery mentioned it. But that I think winning is obviously fun, but playing hard together and watching groups come together and watching them grow and focus on those things instead of focusing on just results or personal accolades or any of those things, but just really committing to each other and the team. It makes it really fun, and they're fun to be around in practice. They're fun to be around on the road. We've got a really good group of young women in that locker room, and they're still young. They're still growing, and we're nowhere near playing our best basketball. But they both said it. We are trending in the right direction.
I know you've been talking about the depth for this year's team. You feel like it's at an all-time high. It feels like the last couple months, like it feels like Jordan and maybe Gianna had kind of December. Now it feels like this month it's kind of Paris, Lex, Avery. Like, I guess just as a coach, how much comfortability do you have of like any given night, like there's someone that can kind of step up for us?
Yeah, I think it makes it hard for a team to focus on taking away just one. You focus on Paris, well, G and Lex are going to go off. You focus on Lex, then Paris and G are going to go off. You focus on our interior and our perimeter really attack. So I just think we have options. And then, KT coming off the bench, Joy coming off the bench. We didn't get Isla a ton of minutes tonight, just matchup-wise and what they were doing. But she's extremely valuable to this group. And I think we've got Hillary, we've got to continue to develop that. But I like our depth, and we've all gotten some good experience so far. And there are going to be nights where certain matchups, lend itself to certain people playing more or foul trouble or whatever it is. And you always have to be ready for your number to be called. But you can't be ready if you're not focused on the right things, and your head and your heart's not in the right spot, and you haven't put in the work in terms of, we're in conference play right now. You're getting at tops an hour and 45 on the court because we got to have our legs. So it's a lot of mental reps. It's a lot of focus on scout and those things. And, the ones that are going to do that and really buy into that and commit to that are going to continue to see those minutes happen. I probably should have gotten a few more minutes for, a break. But, we only had G played 37, almost 38, and Avery played 32. It was probably a career high in minutes for her. But we were able to kind of rotate a few others and get them a little bit of break, but we probably need to do that a little bit more. So I'll go back and look at that.
Obviously, the first quarter and third quarter, you guys kind of dominated. The third and fourth, it was a pretty even game, whatever. But what do you think was the difference in those 2 quarters, the first and third, coming out of, I guess, to start the game and coming out of halftime, that really made the difference for you guys?
Well, I think, the defense on the ball that Lex plays with. Just her intensity, I think, set the tone, and she got in foul trouble, and we sat her for the final, I think, 4:48 of the second quarter, and I think there was some drop-off there defensively for us. We ended up giving up 16, gave up a 3 in transition, and then fourth quarter, I felt like we kind of traded baskets and didn't get some stops. We fouled too much, but again, she came out for a little bit with 4 fouls or 3 fouls, and so I just think she dictates a lot for us up there, and I think that goes, that's not going to show up in the stat sheet, but I really thought that just set the tone for the game.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Awesome.